It may have taken over a month, but Raewyn now sat as Sea Lord, or Sea Lady, of Braavos. It was not without its hardships. The siege took its toll on her men, and on Raewyn herself. The city would take time to recover as well. It wasn't just the soldiers who starved. The citizens, the townspeople, they were just as malnourished. An influx of new coin would be required, and with the eyes of Essos upon her, Raewyn would have to act quickly before the world of Braavos come crashing down.
The last month was not easy, yet here we stand. A new house and a new chance at stability. I do fear that I have made life much more difficult for myself. That may be so, but it certainly is more interesting. It will take time to rebuild the economy here, but Braavos in many ways is the gateway to the west. Trade will flow through here, through me. If the other lords start pointing their swords, well, I'll just have to make that trade all the more difficult. Nevertheless, soldiers will be required. Many. And it will be costly. This is the beginning of a new chapter. I just hope it's not the last in the book of my life.
Kia ora, guys, gals, and legionnaires. Rykon here, and welcome back to Raewyn's Tale. We are here with our gal, Raewyn in Braavos, and it is our Braavos. Now, we are going to need to get a garrison here in Carcinus, Carcinus being our new queendom, and Raewyn now being Lady Raewyn Carcinus, creating her own house, her own line, which shall begin here. Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting one, to say the least. We have a lot ahead of us, I tell you that much. Look, I think the next stage for us in terms of expansion is to look at Lorath as a potential enemy, but we're going to go for as long as we can before we get enemies. I think Lice might actually be one of our first enemies because they did seem to be quite favourable to the previous ruler. We have a little bit of coin left to our name at this point. We are going to need to increase that greatly. I'm tempted to put some of that away to have that back in the Iron Bank, but I think we are going to need that as capital to be able to buy and sell. We are going to start off, however, by leaving the majority of our garrison here. That's the plan, at the very least. We'll see if that's able to work out for us or not. We're going to keep all of our companions with us, but we are going to go to all of our other high-tier troops, and we are going to be leaving them behind here with the hopes that they are going to be able to defend the place. So let's go through. It's going to take a bit, and you know what? I'm going to do this. Once we have all of our group here, well, we shall continue. Okay, so we have given a number of troops. We've held on to some for ourselves. We have 23. So the garrison here isn't going to be massive. We can't really get away from that, but we can try to increase it quickly. And one way we can do that is with mercenaries. We'll have a look in the tavern, but I think before we do that, we need to sell off some goods, and we need to buy some goods for ourselves, which we most certainly will be doing. This sword really isn't going to be good for anyone. Neither are all these other little bits and pieces that we have. I've gone through and upgraded everyone's helmets as of recent, and we're looking pretty good in that department. So, looking here, we are going to pick up these chalices. No point in us buying them once they get too expensive. We're not going to get as good of a return on them, but this is a chance for us to just earn a fair bit of gold while we are on the move, not spending too much ourselves. As you can see, we only spent 1,000 coin, which is nothing. Okay, so we are in the tavern. You might be wondering why I'm just kind of facing towards the wall. There is someone in here that isn't entirely dressed, so we're going to try to avoid that for now. We do have two people towards the back of the wall here, though, that do seem quite interesting. The first one being Lineria here.
Yes. Keep your distance, by the way. My apologies. I was merely going to say that you look a little bit down on your luck. My luck? Well, you could say that. It was my bad luck to be born to a weak father who sold me off to a drunken layabout who beat me. It was my bad luck when I ran away from my owner, only to be taken by a group of Dothraki. It was my bad luck that only one of them was kind to me, taught me to hunt and to fight, and inspired the jealousy of others who knifed them and forced me to run away again.
I think we've heard a similar story to this before. I don't think this is unique to Lineria here, but a very interesting look to Lineria. This might be a companion that we can pick up for ourselves. Well, let's see.
Well, are you by chance looking for work? As a lady of Braavos, I may have some for you.
I might be. I could certainly use the money. But let your followers know that I do not suffer louts and brutes. Anyone who misbehaves around me will quickly find an arrow in their gullet.
Well, sounds fair. Try not to shoot anyone on your first day, but you're hired.
Wow, 250. Okay, yep, sure. We have ourselves an archer. We have another one, another person here. Aratos Intarion.
Oh, say, friend. Are you by chance heading out of town anytime soon?
I am. What concern is it of yours, may I ask?
I'm an engineer, trained in the city of Braavos. Your city, specializing in fortifications. This is why it was so hard to siege. If you need a wall knocked down in the future, however, I can do that for you. Aratios. I am your man. Although, well, it could take longer and cost more, and you can't cut costs down unless you want your new edifice coming down underneath of you, as someone around here has just found out. One of the merchants wanted a new tower added to his house. Trouble is, he ran out of cash halfway through the process before I could complete the supports. I told him that it would collapse, and it did. Unfortunately, he was standing on it at the time. His son didn't feel like honoring his father's debts and implied that I might find myself charged with murder if I pushed the point. Corruption. More fool of me for having taken the contract without an advance, I suppose.
Well, where is it exactly that you need to go?
Well, Cohor, eventually, but I would welcome the opportunity to get a few coins in my pocket first, so I don't have to arrive at the city empty-handed. If you could promise me food and a share of your loot, I'd be more than happy to fight alongside you. Siege work is my speciality, although I can handle myself in a fight.
Well, both of those work for me, and I believe we will have more work for you in the future in regards to sieging. Perhaps, if I pay you enough, you might consider staying for longer.
Good. By the way, as a skilled engineer, I would expect payment for my services. A signing bonus of 3,000 silver should be fair. I'll deposit it with the representatives of the Iron Bank here in Braavos before we leave. That seems to be the most prudent strategy. One never knows what might happen on the road.
Very well. 3,000 coins. Here you are.
Good. Allow me a moment.
And there we have two. I did also hear about a potential mission that might be happening here. Again, we're going to stay looking over in this direction. Someone that might need our assistance in exploring somewhere unknown. So we're going to leave and we are going to come back and, well, I'm going to have to position myself tactfully around this tavern. And here we go. Fario Farrell.
Yes, can I help you?
Do you have any tasks for me? Rumor had it you might.
The Father has reached his hand into the heaven and pulled down the 7 stars. One by one he sets them on the brow of Hugo of the hill to make a glowing crown. It's from the 7-pointed star, you ignorant savage.
Stay your blades, it's fine.
Bunch of Westerosi nonsense, but they did get the crown part right, of course. It's not made by a god, however.
Go on.
The Andals wrought many fine treasures out of gold and copper. I have every reason to believe one of them might be buried in an old barrow close to the ruins of Ixaclo. I need Andal treasures for my next play. The barrow is supposed to be haunted by wights and ghosts of the Andal kings, but it's obviously just wild rumors of madmen.
I have heard of wights before. Some of it is not all just the rumors of the mad. I will seek out these treasures of yours.
Very good.
Except perhaps we will seek those treasures out just for ourselves. And to further the crown. Fario Farrell, you are very lucky to still have your head. We have patience. We have patience as Raewyn. So, from here, where are we going to go? Well, we have to go to a place, a location, and I think it's a fair way away from here. I actually think it's all the way down these ways. Where? Oh, the castle here in Norvos. Well, we could look at making our way there. We could also look at potentially trying to sell some things off. Although Norvos really haven't ever been interested in buying our goods. So, yeah, we're going to be having to leave a very small amount of people here, which I'm not super happy about. I tell you what, let's go ahead, have a quick sail across here. Braavos is no more. Well, yeah, everything's going to start updating now, so we might have some new incoming messages before long. We are going to see if we can, well, unfortunately we can't recruit from the villagers, not yet, even though they are our villagers. We can recruit from here though, and we can potentially build here. We're not going to do any of that just yet. We will take those 8 Braavosi levy and take them along the road with us. Hopefully, we should be okay to continue like this for a while. Well, arriving here at Ryos, we can see that their exquisite gold chalices are still very, very cheap, so we definitely want to pick them up as they are the most expensive version of the chalices. It's the most kind of return that we can get, and now we're going to go ahead and follow around towards Norvos and Ixaclo. Ixaclo? Yeah, we'll go with that. Let's see. You're resting on a bench in a small village, sitting near the village centre. You overhear the many conversations people are having, the gossips, the rumours, the anger, the happiness. There's so many interesting things going on in the world. You decide to, well, sit for a little while longer. Didn't seem to have much impact, and you can see that our numbers are slowly gathering as we are pulling troops up from around the region here, and it would appear that, Lyce is aggressive towards us. I don't believe they are at war with us yet, but they certainly don't like us. And here we approach our destination. So we are going to approach the gates, and we are going to request entry into the castle. Being allowed inside, we'll have a look and see if we can have a chat. So after having a quick look around here, it would appear that, well, this is not what we seek, so perhaps it is going to be outside in the courtyard that we need to go to. So let us take a walk around outside to see if we can seek out... Let's see. Prison guard, we have a farmer. Let me go ahead and just have a read. I see. The old barrow close to here. Right. This must be it here, the ancient barrow. Well, we are going to continue riding up on towards there. Well, okay, just out of interest, I thought I would check to see, and it would seem that we indeed are at war. Okay, well, we need to keep that in mind. We need to keep an eye on our properties because, well, if a siege begins, we'll need to get there very, very quickly. And we have arrived at the barrow. An old barrow. The forest here is old, devoid of human civilization. The trees are gnarled and ancient. The rocks are overgrown with moss and lichen. Let's see what we can find here. And we are not alone. We have our company with us. Well, we're going to ask them very nicely to accompany us. Follow me, if you would, into the mist, into the unknown. We'll keep our large sword at our side, at the ready. We see fireplaces in the distance, and shadowy figures around an idol, a statue of some kind. What awaits us, Raewyn? In the dark. As we know, the night is very dark, and it is full of terrors. These terrors would seem to be men with blades, men of flesh that can be killed. Oh, one still alive. Not for long. I think Melly went down there, unfortunately. Oh no, you're fine. And, let's see. Okay, well, supplies, and I won't say no to that. We'll take the tools, the butter. We're pretty much going to take everything, because most of it we can sell on or eat ourselves. We are victorious, and we leave the barrow behind. But let's see, what is next? Return to Fario. So, I guess there was no ancient treasures there, which is unfortunate, but, well, I guess that's what we get. We're going to go right around this way here. I don't think we're going to have the chance to sell off any of our goods. Now, Ryos is selling. I wonder if we might be able to sell off to Lorath. Quite possibly, we could give it a go. And, oh, Lineria has been upgraded. Fantastic. Okay, whilst riding to Lorath, two farmers, one very tall and lanky and the other low and stocky, were presented to us, okay, to discuss the ownership of a calf. Apparently their fields were bordering, and the tall farmer had a bull that impregnated a cow belonging to the stocky one. The stocky farmer said the calf was his because his cow giving birth. The tall farmer claimed the calf to be his because the offspring of his best bull. Weird that this is here twice, as I feel like you can potentially get the option wrong. It's a tough decision. I mean, which one broke into where? They're bordering. Okay, did the bull come across and impregnate the cow? If it happened on the other farmer's territory, you know what? Screw it. We're just gonna... I hope that doesn't screw us up. One decision can make all the difference, huh? Oh, the prosperity of Braavos has changed from very poor to poor. We're becoming more prosperous. Prosperous. Yes, good. Now, hopefully we can sell these off here. Okay, they're not producing them themselves, and yet we can already see that we're going to be able to make a good profit here. Now, I am tempted to just sell nearly all of them off here, because we do need that influx back, as we've been spending a fair amount ourselves, and looks like they aren't even going to be able to afford all of them here. Well, we can get something, and we can probably look at selling off some of these other goods, namely the tools, the hides, things like that are just going to be taking up space, and we don't really have too much use for them. So we'll go ahead and sell those off for now. And you know what, while we're here, we'll duck into the tavern. Now, training our troops is costing us a fair amount. Sometimes it isn't half bad for us to just purchase some mercenaries. We've got some spearmen over here. We've got some glavemen. 3 of them for 260. You know what? That sounds fair to me. Do we have anyone hiding upstairs? Doesn't look like we do, as far as I can see. Yeah, looks like it's going to be empty up there. And we shall continue on. So we still have some more bits and pieces that we can sell off. Where the best place to sell them? I mean, Norvos really doesn't give us much at all. Pentos also produces really, really good stuff. I've just noticed it as well. We do have Dieworks and Aqueous Darn, so we won't be able to get a benefit from that. That's unfortunate. It's not the end of the world, but it is unfortunate. So at this point here, where do we want to try and sell to next? It's really going to be going back down to Mare and Mirth. Along the way, I will be trying to collect some more troops. I'm half tempted to drop some more off at Braavos. The only thing is that I'm worried that they won't get any training. On the road, at the very least with us, they can get some of that training. Ah, interesting. The Targaryens have declared war against Qohor. Very interesting. Qohor being quite far away from where the Targaryens are at the moment, but the Targaryens, you can see, have been making moves over here at this point. Ah, interesting. As a lord of a fief, you can now appoint a Castellan who will reside in your court for a weekly salary of 15 coins. That's perfectly fine. We will appoint someone from the area. Excellent. So we'll have another Castellan in our court. I'm happy with that. Okay, we have arrived at Pentos along the way. I was wanting to see if we could pick up some more cheapness, and we most certainly can. Look how many of these things they are producing. We want to pick up these until it gets to about 900, and that's the best we're going to be able to get. What's going to be difficult is actually selling these off to people now, because, yeah, really we only have this lot to try and sell to. So we're going to start making our way down as fast as we can. Actually, we will take the ports to be able to do this. With only Mare and Mirth to sell to, we might have to go down to Volantis as well to try and see if we can make some extra coin. Okay, right, so let's see how we are after all of this. Rents from Braavos. Holy crap. Okay, so I thought it might be kind of good, but that is very good. Taking a town first, that's a decent amount of coin right there. So yes, we are losing out from our dieworks at the moment. For some reason, just the dying is dying out big time in Essos. We've had a massive die crash, but we're getting tariffs, we're getting rents, revenue from the Weeping Town as well. From the Weeping Town has gone up so much. They must be producing so many weapons there for the Targaryens. I'm very happy about that. Wages for our party, not too bad. Wages for Braavos, not that bad. Yeah, we had an $8,000 profit. Yes, that is what we need. Once we start building up that wealth, we are going to start putting more of that back into the Iron Bank so that we can get even more from that interest. If only we can just keep these ones down here, we'll be happy. We see lots of trade packs and the rest happening. We might be able to get them to break the wall with us. We'll have to wait and see. Interesting. We're in the mood for something special today, perhaps a minor feast. Talking to one of your courtiers, you settle on hosting a feast for your retinue and decide to buy meat pies or honey chicken. We're going to go honey chicken all out. Excellent. 2 renown, and they sing songs of our greatness. Fantastic. So let's see. Oh shit. They're now producing goddamn chalices. What have we done? What have we done? We've made the economy of Essos just so well off that just everyone's producing these bloody chalices everywhere we go now. Well, that's unfortunate, in a sense. Let's see if we have anyone interesting here in the tavern that we can have a chat with. We have a skirmisher, we have a tavern keeper over here. Really no one that we want to try and hire. Skirmishers, bleh, never. No, we're going to have to continue on towards Mare. Okay, we are here, and are you bloody kidding me? I guess it's to be expected, but god damn. Well, we've got quite a busy tavern here. It looks like it's mostly just, regular folk that are here. We've got some Marish crossbowmen that I wouldn't mind picking up. And we have the Traveller over here. Yeah, we'll go ahead and pick up these crossbowmen. They look like they're pretty well off. Let's see, just for the 2 of you? You better be bloody good for that. Alright, sure. Welcome aboard. Okay, we have arrived at Misa Fair. Let us see. Okay, alright, the prices here are good. We'll go ahead and sell a few of them, get a decent profit, and we will carry on. Oh, perhaps to Tyrosh. Yeah, let's cross our fingers and hope that we're going to do okay there. Okay, here in Tyrosh, let's cross our fingers, see how we do. Okay, they're selling silver chalices here, but oh wow, they are buying these for a lot. Excellent profit made there. I mean, we might as well do the lot. We can hold on to the last exquisite one, but that's some good news for us. That's very, very good. We could even try to just sail down here from Braavos. Make some serious money coming to Tyrosh. We don't want to spend too long at sea, but yeah, not half bad. So, luckily we haven't heard of any sieges or any war in our land. Lice are, they're being kept busy for now, and that's definitely in our favor. Volantis seems to be spreading out kind of decently, taking a little bit of territory across the place here. No one from Westeros has successfully moved across here yet, or vice versa, which I guess is to be expected. They have a lot to deal with themselves. We can see that the Westlands did manage to get a bit of territory right smack bang here in the middle. Oh no, that's the Iron Islands. Look at them go. Okay. Wow. Now that's interesting. The North is just holding on here at this stage, but yeah, Iron Islands have more territory up here as well. So that's your Westerosi update. It would appear that even though, because the Martells Dawn are now in the war, they really haven't seemed to push one way or the other. I'm actually surprised. I thought they really would have started to twist the tide. We can see that Dragonstone has actually managed to take Tumbleton. Very, very interesting. We will keep our eye on the developments happening within our home territory. But for now, we are going to start trying to ride up back home. We have 90 good soldiers with us that we need to turn in. Okay, I did decide to stop off in Pentos along the way. They're still selling these for very, very cheap, and I think it's a good chance for us to make a little bit of an extra buck before we return. 20,000 gold in here at the moment. I'm pretty damn happy. Inside the bar, we can pick up some Pentoshi lances for 752. Only 2, but who knows, they could turn the tide of the battle in the future. Okay, we've made it back, and hopefully the market is still very much wow. Oh wow. Yup, definitely. Okay, well, I tell you what, if it does stay favorable, we could make this run a few times here. And obviously, yeah, we are going to have to look at selling this to some of the other different dealers here. Yep, that is a great profit. We're looking pretty damn good after that. So we're going to go back up towards Pentos, just try and bring some goods down here to Tyrosh, build up that capital, and keep our eye on Braavos as always. Let's see. As a lord of a fief, you can now appoint a chancellor who resides at your court for a weekly salary of 20 coins. It will be the keeper of your seal and conduct the correspondence between you and important persons. Yes, we will definitely go ahead and grab someone. Excellent. We can send messages or gifts. Fantastic. We might need to send some gifts to Lice to see if we can win them over. Okay, we are back in Pentos, so let's go ahead and pick ourselves up some more chalices. Unfortunately, these chalices are only well made, so they're not going to get us as much of a profit, but it should still be more than the 5,000 that we have just put in. Alright, we're getting lots of events by being a lady now. We can see that we're in the mood for some exercise. Chatting with one of your courtiers, you decide to go hunting. Assembling the courtiers, ladies and young men of your court, you head into the woods to hunt the great white stag, rumored to live there. Riding your horse through the woods, you finally spot the white stag and decide to charge at it with a spear. Yes, we are going to. We missed. Well, we're definitely better with spears than we are with bows, so that seemed to be the best course of action there. However, unfortunately, it did not work out for us. And, well, here we go. We can get a seneschal who reside and take care of financial affairs. Definitely, I think we 100% want to have all these people that are just going to make running our domain all the more easier. Yes, we'll go ahead. Alright, so we're going to have a few people back in our court when we return. Definitely worth us looking into. And something else that I should mention is that we've been upgrading these troops all the while, getting veterans and taking our basic levies and turning them into crossbowmen and spearmen. We don't have a single levy left at this stage, which is pretty good in my book. Okay, having arrived, let's see what we can do. Still at 2,000 coins. Overall, a pretty damn decent profit. Again, I keep on forgetting to look at how much they can actually afford to spend. And we're always overshooting. Actually, having a look at the armor here. Yeah, I should have a look again, from time to time just to see what they are actually going for at this point. But yeah, we're happy with that. That's bumping us up even further. Perhaps one more run before I start putting some of this money into the bank. Okay, Norvos has declared war against Cohor. All of these wars that are happening are going to be much more important for us to pay attention to now, because it could really change things up for us. Oh, we stumble over a group of beggars that are being attacked by a group of bandits. We are going to rush to the aid of the beggars and teach those bloody bandits not to disturb the poor. There we go. Okay, and before we actually arrived at the city, we got another event. We're resting on a bench in a small village. Sitting near the village centre, we notice a travelling singer sitting down beside you on the bench. He offers to sing you a song for free. We decide to sing. Ooh, what are we going to sing? Let us sing The Bear and the Men... Ask him to sing, rather, The Bear and the Maiden Fair. Yeah, okay. I wonder if there are any potential events that can come from that. Intriguing. Very intriguing. Let us see. And yep, they're still here. They're getting a little bit more pricey, as you can see. But still, as long as it's within this bounds, it's pretty good in my book. I think that's probably what we want to call it, though. Heading back down towards Tyrosh. I think this will have us breaking the 30k mark. Okay, and... ooh. Well, there is a change. Okay, so maybe that was a bit of an influx that we had before, because the rents have dropped down to just 900. Okay, so not quite as high as it was. Yeah, so we can see that I think we actually dropped down to 0, close to. We're at 500 now. I'm not quite sure how that happened, because we should be over the amount that we need. Oh, right, okay, just not much change. Okay, I was panicking then. I was like, how did we lose all of that money? Luckily that didn't happen. Norvos and Tyrosh have made peace. We're heading to Tyrosh at the moment. Let's see, hopefully we can make our last little bit of coin here before we decide to move on away from this business. Still, a very good business. And eventually, we have to reclaim. Yeah, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. We're reclaiming. Don't you worry. We must pay. Wait, what's going on here? What's going on? Did I accidentally buy something here? Okay. Let's see what's going on. We'll take back what? Okay, take back what's ours first. I think I was accidentally taking some of the ones that we'd already given them. Yeah. Okay. You can't even afford that, so yes, okay, good. I think we're right. Phew. We can't even trade with you. What about the arms merchant? Yes, so the arms merchant is going to be where it's at. We might be able to get away with one more. No. And I don't really want to purchase anything else right now. Horse merchant is looking very good though. So overall, yep, that has put us over the amount that I was hoping to reach. So we're going to start riding back now towards home. Oh, okay. And it looks like the white stag is back. We're going to take a shot at it this time with our bow. And we managed to pierce the stag's heart. We got a whole heap of dried meat. It'd be great if we got like a trophy of some kind for that. But, well, all the same, I suppose we won that. Ooh, the three sisters and Lys have managed to make an agreement with each other. That is potentially dangerous. Now, I am tempted to stop in here and purchase some more goods, but I think we are just going to continue riding on by. I was far too tempted along the way, and I had to pick up some more men, so we've dropped a little bit below the amount that we had before in terms of funding, but I'm okay with that. Cracklaw Point and Norvos have made peace. Apparently they were at war for a short time. And oh yeah, that's a nice influx of folks. Very happy. Okay, that's going to help get our numbers up. And surprisingly, of the 30 that we have into here have managed to defend the place so far. No one has come a-knocking. And for that, I am grateful. Let us move across towards Carcinus. Unfortunately, we do have to pay the toll every time to be able to do that. And here we are. Now it's poor, but it should be improving. And I think if we continue to buy goods from the marketplace, namely these very cheap chalices, we should still be able to make a profit for ourselves and improve the wealth of our city. At least that's the idea. We'll hope that that's going to end up happening. First of all, let us go visit the Iron Bank. We need to deposit around about 10,000 coins in here to start with. I feel like that's a good amount. We're going to go and deposit exactly that. So that'll start just earning some interest for us while we are going about our daily life. I think pretty much what we almost always want to do is just keep on buying these. Even if we just buy one at a time, you notice that we got that for 175. If we keep on doing that, we're going to get a massive return on every single one of those that we end up purchasing. So just something for us to keep an eye on. Now, managing the garrison. Definitely something that we need to do. So I'm going to have a look through here and transfer all of our veterans across, because I think as long as we have veterans, that's good. I'm okay with that. I'm going to train up as many troops as I can to be veterans, so they have experience at the very least. Okay, our company is now at 83. We should have a fair few more troops here, but we're going to have to get more, definitely. Well, we have managed to return to the tavern. Let's have a chat with Fario Farewell.
Yes, Lady Raewyn Carcinus.
I didn't find any of those Andal treasures you spoke of.
Truly. Oh, curse the sea upon that old fool. The third sword swore I'd find what I sought in that barrow.
Well, 'tis what it is.
And we just get some renown for it. But our quest is completed. Now, something that we haven't done yet is managing the town. The town has no improvements. We can recruit troops, sort the defenders. Ah, yes. This is what we want to be doing. Recruit some troops. Let's see. You can recruit troops of Carcinus for this town. Recruiting will cost 800 dinars and will require at least 1 day. You have 0 dinars left here. Okay. Is that just 800 dinars? Okay, increased times of recruiting. Let's go ahead and store 2,000. Oh, 24. Increased times of recruiting? Whoops. That's how many times we can recruit. And we just gave all of our coins in. So, yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing. Whoops. Shit. Well, okay, I guess we just spent all of our coin. But we're going to be recruiting a whole heap of people here. I mean, that's something. We're going to have a garrison. That's great. Damn it. Okay, so if I was to build a training yard, how much would that cost? 3,000. Okay. I think we should withdraw enough to be able to do that. I think this is going to be absolutely crucial for us going forward. So we're going to go ahead and visit the Iron Bank because, well, let's have a look real quick. I don't think we get it at the end of the month. I think it's just at different times. So yeah, we'll go ahead and pull it out now. Into the bank. We're going to need that money back. I know, it's sooner than we would have liked, but what can you do? Thank you very much for holding on to that for us. Otherwise, we might have accidentally spent it. So, manage this town. We are going to... We can try to sort the defenders as well. We'll try that in a moment. But yeah, build a training yard. Okay, go on. 33 days. It's going to take just over a month for us to be able to do that. And finally, let's see. Sort the defenders. Ah, I see. So I can actually move them around. So we can see who's going to appear first. I think it'd probably be worth us having like our top tier troops coming out before everything else, but I think that's kind of how it's looking like already. So our knights, for the most part, they're going to be the first people defending the place, but we want to have some kind of balance there as well, though, don't we? So we need to make sure that we have some crossbowmen, like these veterans here, who are going to be part of that initial group, because yeah, we need to have archers as well as some of the others. I'm happy with that. We're going to go back for now, and well, we don't have a huge amount of coins, so we're going to need to try and build that back up again. And really, I want to try and build up the number of troops that we have overall. So, I'll tell you what, we are going to try and make our way to Lorath. We're going to try and get some troops from around the area. And should anything crazy happen while we are gone, I will return to you on that moment. Ah, interesting. We've decided to bring order to your holdings by introducing a new law. After consulting with your quarters, you decide to outlaw heresy, serfdom, violence, pants, or turnips. Really, I don't think that we need to outlaw any of those things. Outlaw violence? Heresy? I mean, really, we don't even know. We're tossing and turning between this, between the 7 and between Rolor? Rolor. Don't know why my mind was going all crazy then. Heresy, no. Pants, no. Try violence? Okay. It will have no effect. Yeah, we lose some renown. Noted for the future. It's great, they actually really like us in this region. We've managed to get up to 111. Many levies with us who we are going to have to try and upgrade, although that is going to cost us more money. Well, after upgrading this group here, we are going to be a lot lower on funds. But I'm pretty happy with the amount that we have rolling in at this stage. We do need numbers. Obviously having good troops is also great, but really we need to try and up those numbers right now. And I think we're probably going to have to do another run down towards the south. But before we do, we are going to go back towards Braavos and drop off all the veterans that we've been able to create so far. Oh, here we are. Now, let's see. We are running at a deficit at this stage. The rents from Braavos are pretty decent. Everything else is starting to bounce back across the road, but the wages for Braavos are still pretty high. So unfortunately, we're not making the amount that I would like. So we are going to definitely have to try and rectify that. It's not going to be easy, but we will attempt to find a way. That way might be pushing borders. Okay, the garrison is looking better. We've got 150 in here at the moment. I don't know if these are some troops that we haven't gotten ourselves. I'm not 100% sure about that, but we are going to be dropping off all of these veterans. I believe we are still paying for all these troops though, so it's not exactly a cheap process. Yeah. I think the other ones here, the Reachman crossbowmen and the Riverlander crossbowmen, we're just going to go ahead and drop those in there for now. But the Braavosi, yeah, we still need to do a little bit more work on them. We've got a whole heap of spearmen in here, a whole heap of crossbowmen, which isn't bad, but yeah, our money at the moment it's not great. It's not great. We definitely have to do some work here. 168, I swear that was lower before. Maybe I could be wrong, but that's a decent garrison now. It's better than what we've had in the past. We just really need to get that. Yeah, we need to get those funds up. Oh dear gosh. Well, this is not good. This is not good at all. Wages for Braavos have gone through the roof. Absolutely massive. We do have a large number of people here. I had just worked up a really decent amount of funding, and now that's gone. We have but one choice at this point now. We're well in debt. We need to make our way back up towards Braavos, and we need to push ourselves out. It's the only way that we could potentially get ourselves out of the hole that we're currently in. Right now, everything that we have flowing into the kingdom isn't enough to sustain it, so we desperately need to push out. Okay, well, you know what? It might have changed a little bit for us. There's a melee, however we're going to need to get some funding to actually be able to take part, and well, that's not going to happen easily. We are going to have to sell one of our books. In fact, probably sell this book here to be able to raise even a little bit of money. We have nothing else to sell right now, so let's do it. We're going to head back, we're going to join the melee, and we're going to go ahead and place a bet on ourselves. It looks like we are fighting against our companions in this. It would make sense, and we do stand to make a kind of decent profit from this. It's quite a interesting arena that we have here for ourselves. Yes, quite interesting. With that, we've had a good look at the place. we're going to go ahead and jump until this tournament is all said and done. And it looks like it was a tie for second place between Jasper and Titus. Let's see. We get a great decorated sword. Excellent. Very nice. I wonder if it's the same Braavosi blade that we would usually get, but hey, I'm happy with the coin. Very nice. It's a curved two-handed greatsword. Very interesting. Let's see, the weapon reach is not as long as the one that we have right now. The speed rating is actually pretty good, and I think that's something that we might end up giving to one of our folks. We can see that we can actually buy chalices for a pretty good price once again. Our money is okay at this point, but I still believe that we are going to need to move out from here. We have 300 here, and this is why it's starting to get more expensive. We have hedge knights, we have these other people here that I didn't recruit, but the reason why we are getting them is because we are recruiting, and we're recruiting for, I think it might even be 24 days. I'm not 100% sure how that worked. Yeah, if we go to Manage Town, recruit some troops. Okay, recruit for 12 times. Increase times of recruiting. You can recruit troops of Carsonus for this town. Recruiting will cost 800 and require at least 1 day. Okay. Right. Oh, so that's how many dinars we have left there still. So it's still using up those dinars to do the recruiting. Okay, it's good to know. It's good to know, but we're going to have to take a whole heap of those troops out. But we are going to do that tomorrow because tournaments usually last for more than 1 day. So we are going to wait here for some time, wait until the following day and see if there is another tournament taking place. And it is morning, and unfortunately it would seem that it is all done. Winning at the tournament though did give us a little bit more of an increase with the people here, hoping to be able to get the town looking a little bit nicer. But we need to prepare our party and our garrison because we are going to be heading out there and potentially starting another war. Okay, so we are at our capacity. This might be a huge mistake. We'll find out soon enough though. As Ryos is within our sight, we need to get, or rather find a way to declare war on them. And taking a hostile action here might be the best way for us to do this, and stealing cattle is how we shall go about it. We need to be quick, as I have said, and while that has annoyed them, it isn't enough to actually get them to aggress upon us. So we'll take the meat, and we're going to have to go across towards these farms here, and
It's almost harvesting season.
indeed it is. Unfortunately, that's what we are going to need to do. Now, if we leave, I think we might be able to get away, yeah, without having to kill them. So, with that, it's onwards towards Ryos as fast as we can. As we do not have food, we don't have protection back at home, we shall begin. Okay, 28 hours, make it happen. Okay, here we are. To finish up all of this today, we are going to begin the siege, we're going to begin the battle, and it could be a costly one. We shall lead our soldiers in the assault. Here we go, folks. This is going to be a big one. And it looks like we are starting quite far away from the town. It will be interesting to see how this plays out. We might even be able to separate our archers from some of this, large group that's following us in. No doubt we will have reinforcements should we have a large number of our troop fall. But I really hope that we're not going to need them. Hope that this is going to be enough. We have a large barn off in the distance here, and, I'm looking for our ladders. We don't see them yet, but they are out there, and their archers are up on the walls, so let's go ahead and jump until we are closer to those very walls. Well, it seems like our troop are getting somewhat stuck behind this tree here. Hope that's not going to cause us too much strife. Some of the others have been able to make it around the side, and right now I don't actually see ladders, so we might be knocking down the gate here. We do have defenders outside the walls, those that have dropped down. We'll see if we can take them down. It's going to be tricky with all of these archers being up here though. We'll have to make this quick. Here we go, Raewyn. Don't stumble and fall. just like that. And we can hear the attack on the door has started. We'll help out as much as we can. The gates are open, and wow, there are many here waiting for us. Come on. We need to start slashing away ourselves. They're starting to spill out the sides. Not exactly what we want. Some of our troops are breaking off to help. And this will be their very best troops. They're at the front here. Perhaps even some of their commanders. And Raewyn is down, but we have more troops making their way in. Unfortunately, so many of our troops seem to get caught up on the sides here. We have the rest of our reinforcements moving in. We're going to have to see what we can do with our soldiers as we continue this push into the city. It is a costly fight, but it is a fight that I believe we can win. In we go. Another one down, but we still have others all still rushing in. We will continue this damn fight. We're pushing in. We've lost many, but so have they. Stay dead. Onwards we go. I think we might be looking at the last group up here. Our troops are filing up the stairs now. Larger numbers than we've ever had before. Don't worry, I see you. We're going to grab one of these falchions, because that little spear thing that we've been using really isn't all that useful. Your own weapons against you. Come on then. I'm not even sure who we are right now. Oh no, that's not good. That was an accidental retreat. And we can see that, well, we're definitely coming out on top. They literally only had maybe one more left. That does count as a victory, though. A victory. Okay. I'm so happy that that turned out okay for us, because I was seriously concerned at the end there. That could have been very, very bad. That was an accidental. That was me just trying to show the person, but it ended up, well, not so good for us. However, I do believe that we were successful. Oh my gosh. That's a lot of experience across the entire party. Yes, and we have advanced. Now, let's see. We will take the counsel of our subjects. Yes, and... wow. No, we're going to continue. We're not going to plunder the city. It's not favourable with us right now, and it is... the poverty is terrible, and I believe that is because we've just taken over the place, but, well, they're still selling chalices for very, very cheap. They have a ridiculous amount of money. Yeah, we could probably sell a few things here and make a little bit of that back. Okay, do you have a garrison at all? You have a small garrison. We need to ride back home with what we have. Carcinus has expanded. It was a costly fight, but our party really didn't lose too much, all things considered. We're going to need to get this back before long, though, because we cannot afford to pay that. However, Ryos has fallen. We are now at war with the Wrath. We might have to look at potentially moving on towards the island city here to see what remains. We hit them hard, we hit them fast, where they were fighting a war with another part of Essos, so they weren't able to mount a proper defense. Still, we have earned this. This is our victory, and so with that, let's go ahead and move in to the castle. Not bad. Not bad. We're going to have to think very carefully about who this is going to go to next. Raewyn still standing after this fight. A tough fight, but one in which she was the victor. Falling herself, but after all of that, Ryos, the town, is now under our control, under our rule, and we can hope that our rule is going to be one that brings peace to the region. Yes, it was a costly fight for them, but for us, well, we are still here, still standing, still fighting. And it's been a long episode, so we're going to wrap things up here. But please do join me in the next. I have been Rykon. You have all been awesome. And until next time, stay tuned. And finally, I'd like to extend a great big thank you to our Legion on Patreon, who continue to make this content possible.